Today I've got 32 tips for you to go from a bot to a pro on Rebirth Island, taking you inside my mind as a 4KD player. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and if you are looking to get better, make sure you are subscribed. So to start off, I land every single game at Control Center, and that is regardless of flight path, it's regardless of where the circle is, and it's simply because it's where I feel most confident. I'm comfortable fighting there. I know that we can win early game, get our loadout down, and then start pushing teams from there. Now for you, understand this can be anywhere. It can be bio, prison, headquarters, stronghold, Nova 6. Wherever you feel most comfortable and feel like you can win is a perfectly okay spot to land. Now, as I'm flying in, I'm paying attention to how many other people and how many other teams are flying in with us. Right here, notice how many people are coming in. This is at least 2 other enemy teams, so I know going into this that it's going to be a hot early game. As soon as I hit the ground, first things first, I'm looking for a gun. I hate fighting with a pistol. I don't win gunfights when I'm using a pistol, so I'm looking for a gun, specifically one that I'm comfortable with, which is not the street sweeper that's right in front of me. So I'm going to go ahead and turn back around, not worry about what's going on around me until right now. Now I can go ahead and engage this because I've got the RA225, feel really confident, it's good in close quarters. So now I have a massive advantage over all of these people that are fighting with pistols. Now I want to pause this right here for a second. There's something that you have to notice in this picture, which is the door being open. That means somebody already broke through there, which means somebody is probably on this second floor already. So as I grab the BP and I work this way, I'm anticipating that somebody's here. Sure enough, there he is. We're able to get the break, and now in this moment, I see a lot of you struggle with this. Right here, when I have the break, and it may not be in a situation exactly like this, but there are situations throughout a game where you break somebody and you don't immediately challenge. As soon as I get that break, I'm pushing right through, not even giving him an opportunity to get away or to get a gun out. We're able to get that down first, and we're going to go ahead and grab this satchel. Now we're going to get off to a really hot early game here. As we push around the corner, exactly what I said. Notice that guy tried to shoot me with a pistol. I have a massive advantage. That's a pretty easy kill right there. And when we talk about dropping higher kill games, yeah, we're going to have to find easy kills throughout. Now, one thing to note here, I am playing with random, so can only worry about my cash flow. I don't have comms. I can kind of only worry about my game. And we're going to go ahead and challenge this guy right here, get the down. And let's see what we get ping-wise. Notice that 2 enemies above, and look which way they're moving. So 3 questions to ask yourself after you get a kill. Where are the other enemies in relation to me? How many are there? And where are they moving to? So in this situation, once we get this kill, notice, okay, 2 enemies above me. But notice which way they're moving. They're clearly flying in. So my teammate and I are going to go ahead and challenge the roof right here. And we probably should have farmed this. We probably shouldn't have challenged this as aggressively because we end up wiping. We're going to get that kill right there. Then we go challenge the second guy who's trying to get that sniper ready. Just can't do it. And we're able to get a pretty easy team wipe. So that's 2 early game team wipes, which is a little bit unfortunate because if we farm those teams, that's potential to drop a higher kill game. It's something that advanced players should definitely be doing. Now, like I said, we're playing with randoms right here. We do have 7,800, but our blue teammate is all the way over in prison, so we're kind of in a tough spot right here. Don't really have enough money yet to buy loadout, which is unfortunate. The biggest tip that I can give you is if you are playing with a squad, as soon as you have enough money to get loadout, even if you're in the middle of a fight, you know, fighting in control, somebody grab the money and go buy loadout. This way, if you die, you can fly back in and have that advantage. Too many of you get over aggressive when you have loadout money, and what ends up happening is you die, and now all of a sudden you get into that early game loadout blender where you can't get loadout until that free loadout drops, which is not the spot we want to be in. Now, right here, my teammate's going to end up getting shot from buy station. So instead of just re-peeking, I'm going to go ahead and actually take a different angle right here. I'm not going to reach out because that guy's anticipating us to just kind of chase exactly where our purple teammate was. So I'm actually going to go ahead and push around right here and watch the slide canceling. Slide cancel there. I slide cancel around the corners because it gets my crosshairs out. Now, it gets my crosshairs out, allows me to anticipate. And if I don't see somebody, then I go ahead and tack sprint and just keep moving. Right? So we slide cancel. Now he's not there, so my tack sprint resets. We push through the door. Slide canceling, finally get eyes on him. We're able to get the down. And we have 5 kills already. Really off to a good start here using minimap, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And I get a little bit lucky here with COD timing. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. That guy just happens to drop right in front of me, and he was shooting at my teammate, so we're able to get that knock. Now, still not enough money. Real quick, while we're going over to grab money from tents, we're going to be able to grab a few stacks here. If you are looking to get better at Rebirth or Fortune's Keep, make sure you are subscribed down below. I do videos every single day just trying to help you improve. And I'm going to be doing a lot of videos in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 as well, helping you improve there. Now we're able to get loadout. When it comes to loadout, it is comfort within the meta. I know some people are like, comfort over meta. And hey, go ahead and try to do it, but it's not going to work. Comfort within the meta. If you are using an LC10, you are going to lose a gunfight to a Vanguard PPSH. So it's comfort within the meta. Meta's pretty open right now in terms of ARs and SMGs. I just did my SMGs video. I'll put that down in the comments below. Working on the ARs video, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of great options. Now, once you get loadout, you should have a natural rotation. Natural rotation for me is generally towards prison. But in this case scenario, look at what I'm seeing. I am seeing people fighting over in living quarters. So instead of going and pushing towards prison, where I'm not sure if anybody's over there, and I end up just wandering through prison, I'm going to go act on this concrete information that I have, which is teams fighting over in living quarters. Now, yeah, it takes me a little bit longer to get over there, but I'd rather spend a little bit longer rotating and know that I'm going to find kills versus just wandering through prison. So always be acting on concrete information and make sure you are grabbing bounty contracts and contracts throughout the game. I would recommend bounty or supply runs. Those are easy money, allows you to pop UAVs. You know, you get the contract bonus. And in this case, the bounty gives away location about where some people are. Now, I want to talk about this situation. I see this guy flying in. Now, I have a massive advantage over this guy simply because he only has a pistol. So I want to push in here, not hesitating, and I want to get in before he actually gets a gun. Because the moment he gets a gun, he can actually take me out. But if he's got a pistol, like, I'm going to win that gunfight. So as I peek the roof, or as I clear this building, I don't see him anywhere. So that's a high risk, high reward situation to push up this ladder. We all get annoyed at being beaten down with a pistol, right? So why would I put myself in that scenario where he could just be waiting and I push up and he beats me down and then I get annoyed? Instead, I'm just going to go ahead and disengage here. But I disengage once I get more concrete information. So I'm not disengaging a fight to go wander. I'm disengaging this fight to go act on my next piece of concrete information, which is this red dot right here, which is from enemies fighting. So I know that there are two teams. So I'm going to go ahead and see what I can find here. I'm going to see if I can get an easy down and thirst, or easy down, and if I get an easy down, maybe that third team thirsted. I have no idea. Now we go ahead and push in. We go ahead and we hip fire our SMG, right? And this is where, you know, look, I have a massive advantage right here, but watch how I hip fire the SMG once I break. One of my biggest tips that I can give you is to pretty much hip fire everything when you're in this range, right? Because I can't miss. I mean, I'm still getting hit markers right there. And that's just a huge advantage to be able to get that first shot, especially on sweaty enemies. Two players over down below me. Now, that's one thing that you have to be doing. You've got to be using that mini map like we talked about. So I know that I'm okay for right now, but we are going to go ahead and engage on this concrete information, which once again is two enemies fighting down below me, at least because you see them shooting. That's the benefit of Vanguard weapons. Now I'm able to get this down in thirst. Quick reload, and now we're going to go push in just in case there are other enemies that are coming to kind of save him. I always say that enemies stack when they are in danger. How many times do you get shot and the first thing that you tell your teammate is, hey, I just got shot from this direction? And what does your teammate do? Your teammate immediately pushes over. Well, these enemies do the exact same thing. So as soon as this guy goes down, if he has comms with his teammates, he's going, hey, I just got shot from over here. Can you come push up? That's why I reload. Now, as I get the thirst, notice that there's two down below me. So is this a good position to be in? Not really. Like, they're sitting in there, they're clearly camping, they've got both doors and both angles, or not both doors, they got multiple angles covered. Just not a good spot to be in. So I'm gonna disengage this. I'm gonna play this smart a little bit. We're off to an 8-kill start in first circle. We're on 30 bomb pace right here. And now we push over. But where am I pushing over to? Well, once again, you see that I'm pushing over to concrete information. Concrete information is two people fighting over at Nova 6. So I'm going to go ahead and start to engage this. And not only that, but look at this guy. You can actually see that as I start pushing over, you can see that this guy's actually not that far away. I mean, this guy could be all the way over in Harbor just based on the direction of the minimap. But I clearly see that this guy is very close to the buy station, which puts me in a position that I can go challenge. Now, this is what happens 99% of the time. 99% of the time when you start pushing over towards somewhere else, you're going to find other pieces of information. So this time I get somebody flying in. I hear a sniper over to my left, so I'm going to go ahead and try to find cover here. And now I'm going to grab the thirst. We got 9 kills, still 7 other teams. So a very healthy lobby right here. And we get information about one over on the buy station. We get information about people up top at headquarters. Now I'm just going to go ahead. Once again, we're going to go ahead and disengage this. Now, as I'm pushing, I remember that there were teams fighting over here. So now I'm going to go ahead and push this way and see what I can find. Another big tip that I can give you is don't forget information. So I had a few options. I could have pushed up to headquarters, or I can just remember that there were people fighting. And as I push through the door, sure enough, what do you know? There's the team right there that's on buy station. Now, I'm just not able to get that down right there, which is unfortunate because now I'm kind of stuck. Enemies stack when they're in danger. I know that they're going to be pushing, so I'm going to go ahead and take a different angle here. I'm going to anticipate where these guys are pushing to, and we are able to get that down, and I missed the throwing knife. Now, don't oversell for the thirst because you got to anticipate that other enemies are close by. So I'm going to go ahead and you see me go, should I get that thirst? No, maybe I shouldn't, right? You see the slight hesitation of, should I push back or should I just keep going? Okay, let's reposition here. So I end up repositioning down the stairs, anticipating that enemies are going to be pushing up. Now, as soon as I'm replated, I re-engage here. And I'm expecting this guy to be on the stairwell. Maybe they're rezzing. What ends up happening is he pushes a little bit further down, and he's like blending in perfectly right here. But I catch a quick glimpse of his head and movement based on the contrast of this pillar, which is what gives away that I'm able to get the thirst. Now, look at the minimap. We've got one above, but as I push up, notice it switches. So we go from having one above me and two on my level. We actually have one above, one on my level, one down below. And now we have one above me, two on my level. And now we have one on my level, two down below. So that's basically just as I'm pushing up, you know, I'm getting information about where these enemies are. Now, I anticipate around actually, I just pushed away because all three of them are pushing, right? Very close together. So I'm going to go ahead and find a different angle. Now, this is where a lot of you fully disengage a fight. A lot of you just run away from this and you're like, it's all three of them. I'm not going to engage. No, I'm just looking for another angle here. So instead of just challenging the same way I did, I'm going to go ahead and challenge this way. And now we got to talk about execution. Notice the centering right here. Notice the centering as I push through. I slide cancel through that doorway, which allows me to get my crosshairs out, right? Crosshairs there. I hit shots. I see the second one in the back. So now I do go for the thirst here, which is a little bit of an aggressive play, but I challenge around the corner. I get that kill, and then I immediately focus on this second enemy because I know he's following right behind. We're able to get that down. We're able to get that thirst, and then we're actually going to leave the last one. My advanced players, as I said earlier, you definitely want to be farming kills, leaving players alive so that you can, you know, give yourself as many opportunities as possible to get kills. Now we're going to go ahead and challenge right here, anticipating around the corner. 12 kills, 6 other teams, and now I'm just looting. I just needed the plates, and I'm not based on where this guy's moving to, right? If you pull this back, watch which way this last guy's moving. Notice he's pushing. Now he's kind of pushing away a little bit. So I am anticipating that he's going to run away here, which is why I go down and I'm just clearing to make sure he's not here, at which point I can go pushing, grab plates, and we're out of there. I'm not lingering looting. I'm just grabbing what I need, and now we're going to go ahead and rotate up. I'm going to rotate out of here. Now I am going to wander a little bit. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go buy a UAV here in a second. After we smoke this guy out of the sky with the Growl. Oh, Growl's just such a good gun. Growl's back. Growl's back more than it even was before the Season 5 Reloaded update, in my opinion. I think it's a really great option. Now, I heard somebody floating around here. I heard the parachute flying in. Wasn't totally sure. So watch how I clear this before I do anything. Actually, I buy UAV first. That was I should have cleared that first. But we buy a UAV to see what we can find. Now we've got a bunch of people around. Right? So, got to be careful here. Not totally sure where, and I'm anticipating that this guy's going to challenge me. I'm kind of stuck right now and trying to make a move. We give it one more ping, and that one more ping gives me enough information to know that I can now get out of here. So now we push in. We're going to use the stim for the speed boost, not the health boost right there, right? I don't need the health boost. It's just the speed boost. Now we challenge. We hear this guy, and watch the slide cancel around the corner. This is what I mean by anticipation, and anticipation with intent, ready to actually shoot this guy. Watch as I turn this corner right here. When the centering starts, when are my crosshairs out and where am I centered? Right? Crosshairs are already out. Based on this live ping right here from Combat Scout, I am turning this corner. I am ready. Look at the centering. And that comes with practice. You're going to mess that up a lot in the beginning, but that allows me to easily get that down. And also, if you notice, watch as I push in, watch the hip fire, right? I talked about this earlier, hip firing your SMGs. I mean, look at that. I almost break this guy before I even ADS, which allows me to get that down in thirst. And now we go ahead and start repositioning based on the fact that there's one above. 14 kills, 5 other teams. And let's go ahead and reload and re-engage, right? I'm acting based on the information that I have, which is 2 players above me. Now, I want you to keep in mind there's 2 players above me here. As I push up, I'm going to be ready for one of them right there. And notice the minimap comparison, right? So if this guy is not on the roof, where is he going to be? He's above me, but he's not on the roof. He's literally going to be right here, which is why I have to at least clear it. I can't just assume he's going to be on the roof. Look, he's most likely going to be on the roof. But if he's not, then you lose this 50-50 situation. So now I go ahead and I'm ready, but keep in mind, there's 2 players on the roof here. So I can't be over aggressive right now. I've got to play this a little bit more patient and see if I can get one of them down, I can immediately go challenge that second enemy. But I can't have a situation where they're both shooting at me at one time. I'll never be able to win that gunfight. So I just kind of wait. I'm trying to see what I can find. I'm trying to play a little bit patient. Can't see anything just yet. And now I kind of like, I don't know if I like that fight. Like, it's just not a good fight. I can't get that clean kill. So what do? Let's go ahead and reposition. I don't disengage. A lot of you disengage and say, I'm not fighting that team. That team's not worth fighting. Yeah, it is. You are acting on concrete information right here. You know that there are people on the roof. All we have to do is find a slightly different angle. So now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to push up right here. Quick reload. We got to get ready to go. We're going to push up ladder. We're going to take a different angle. And I'm not going to overcommit to this, right? I'm just going to play up top here. I'm just going to see what I can find. And notice that if they are looking at me, I can drop down. Easy drop down off the roof. I go ahead and play it up. I re-engage. Instead, we're able to get 1 kill right there. We're able to get this. And I actually thirst that. That's a little bit aggressive to get that thirst right there. Now we're able to get the second guy, and the last guy rotates down. And I don't worry about the last guy. Look at which way he's going. He's down the stairs. Okay, we'll leave him. Oh, I'm going to farm that team. I'm going to leave him alive. I want to get as many kills as possible. So we're going to, and when it comes to farming, farm teams, I actually think my teammate ended up getting that guy. Farm teams that you're better than. If you have a sweaty team, get him out. You know, sweaty teams are going to do 2 things for you. They're going to take your kills, and they're going to kill you. So just get sweaty teams out. But if they're a team that you're better than, and you recognize that you're better than them, leave them alive. Leave them alive. We go ahead and clear this building right here. Now we're going to go over. Yep. Let's buy UAV real quick, figure out where everybody is. You can see how often I'm thinking about UAVs and paying attention to that cash flow. There's 2 things with cash flow, getting it and spending it. A lot of you aren't getting it, and a lot of you are getting it, but not actually spending it. So both of those things need to happen to get as much information as possible. By the way, don't buy precisions until endgame. Don't buy clusters until endgame. Don't buy muni boxes pretty much ever unless you already have a UAV. At the end of the day, the UAV and the information is the most important thing, because if you tell me where somebody is, I have confidence that I'm going to be able to kill that guy, and you should start to have that confidence in yourself too as you get better at execution. Now right here, a lot of information. I'm just gonna take the free kill. I mean, I know he's up here. We're easily able to hit shots right here. We're able to get the down, and now we're gonna go focus on this team over at Nova 6 here. We're gonna pick up a lot of kills. By the way, 20 bomb pace, you know, we're looking for 12 kills after the second circle. Then we pick up 4 in the third and 4 in endgame. I am plenty on 20 bomb pace. I mean, I want to be at 12 going into as third circle is starting, and I'm at 17, so I'm in a really good spot. And we're gonna be pushing for 30 bomb here. We get the down right there. Try to focus on the second one. Can't quite get it. Now, I got 3 below me. I don't want to overcommit to dropping down below because I'm not totally sure where they are, but I can track them with this UAV. So now we hear 1 up above, so we're going to go ahead and anticipate right here and watch what happens. Look, throughout a game, there are certain moments in time where you just got to make a play. You've just got to make a play. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to call that UAV in again just so we keep that information up. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to be able to snag 2 kills. We challenge with momentum right here. What I don't expect is the second enemy, right? So I talked about how when you break somebody, you want to immediately challenge. Right here, you just got to find a way to make a play. Not totally sure how I get that second kill, but I do. I hit both throwing knives, and now I have 1 landing over to my left, grabbing that loadout that is out there. So I've got to be really careful right here. You know, I'm very low health, and I'm not at an advantage, but as soon as I'm plated up, we are back to re-engaging. We are once again reload, replate. Now we go ahead and re-engage. A challenge there. Don't see him. A challenge here. We get a quick glimpse. We're able to execute, hit all of our shots right there, and he ends up giving up. So we're at 21 kills. Just went on a nice little run right there. Now, what do you do next? We've got 1 flying over to the right. This is where a lot of you lose your pace. A lot of you lose your pace by not making quick decisions. What do? I immediately push left. I immediately push over to living quarters. Not even a hesitation. I'm already starting to look at this guy going, okay, where is he? He's over to my right. Let's go get in this action. There's not even a hesitation of pushing to this next team. And a lot of times that's where I'm picking up the pace of play. I'm able to pick up extra time. We get one right there. By the way, when we talk about, a lot of you are going to be like, Joe, what was that throwing knife? Here's what this throwing knife was. I went to go throwing knife, and this guy I was not expecting. This guy scared me, which is why I kind of... What this is a combination of me wanting to go shoot that guy, but already being in the process of throwing that knife. And now we're able to track him. We're able to get that down. We're able to get that thirst. 23 kills for other teams. Now let's talk about this next situation that's about to happen, because this is one where I start to play smarter and I start to be more strategic. As soon as end game happens, we focus on the win. A lot of you are like, kills versus wins. What should I focus on? I always focus on getting kills until that end game happens, until that respawn disables. Then my mentality shifts. Then I focus on the win. So what you're going to see is as I push through this door right here, I'm going to get this kill. And notice two enemies on my level, very close together, very clearly in this cubby right here. So instead of pushing in there, which is a high, yeah, sure, I could go pick up those 2 kills, a little bit of a risky situation, high risk, high reward. Or I just rotate up the hill and I just hold these guys out of circle. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and play the smart play right here. And if they challenge, like, I'd be ready to fight. But now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get up the hill. The last thing that I want to do in this scenario is be caught outside of circle, rotating in, and a team get a free kill on me. And I lose my heater by hot game simply because I waited too long to rotate and I just got held out of circle. So now right here, I end up hearing one over to my right. Yep, hear them on the steps. We're able to get that kill. And now we're in a really bad spot because I got one looking right at me. Somehow we're able to get inside. And now this is where I do start to play a little bit slower. You know, I talk about pace of play and playing a little bit smarter, making more strategic decisions. I wanted to get on the gondola, but what ends up happening is I push all the way around here. And I want you to remember this moment. I make the smart play. Instead of trying to push up and push right to grandma's, I end up pushing all the way around. Now, this was a tough decision that I made. You know, of course, I could probably have rotated towards that grandma's stairwell and pushed up, but I didn't know what exactly was going on. And once again, I'm on a really good game here that I just don't want to blow the game. So I take the long route right here. We've still got 8 other teams. I need 5 for the 30 bomb. So we're going to go ahead and push in. We're going to see what we can find right here. Can't see anything just yet. Bunch of people fighting straight ahead, but I'm kind of focusing on positioning at this point. Now watch this play right here. Watch this. Checking grandmas, boom. We get that down. Now notice the clean down and thirst. That is my cue to go ahead and push in here. Massive advantage at this point. 1 down, I can get the information. I can potentially get some other enemies. There's kill number 2 clean. Now, unfortunately, in typical fashion, I miss both throwing knives, and now I'm in a bad spot because this guy slide cancels around this corner, which puts him in a really good position to immediately challenge me. Now we reposition. We stim. Notice we use Combat Scout. We use the live ping to know that we can now push up top. So we're able to push up top. There's the team wipe right there. We got 27 kills with 1 other enemy still alive. Let's go ahead and clutch up this game. I hope you found today's video helpful. If you haven't already and made it this far, which I'm guessing if you made it this far, you already have, but make sure you hit that thumbs up button. It helps a ton. And the last guy, by the way, this is Rebirth. So you gotta know where he is. You gotta know that he's just sitting in tower waiting. And what's gonna end up happening here is we get drawn out. But, you know, right here in this situation, he's gotta play a little bit more aggressive. You know, he's gotta find a way to get a knock on somebody, because what's gonna end up happening is we're just holding him out of circle. He's just kind of sitting up there, and maybe an early rotate. It's kind of a no-win situation, but you see him jump down, and I'm just gonna hold him out of circle. There's nothing he can really do at this point, besides if my gun blocks him, which it does right there. We catch him. So I hope you found today's video helpful. There's a nice little 28 kill win with randoms. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.